So me and Wayne have got a bit of a get-together, and we're going to have a look at all of the best nominations for Best Painted Army.
Yes.
That was a bit of a mouthful. So we'll start off here. So this is Dave Arnold's. Says Chaos Roman Fluff. What do you think about this one, and what made it stand out?
Well, it's just, obviously it's different. It's got that whole Roman thing to it, and you could, I mean, it looks sort of cornate with the whole red scheme, but I suppose you can have it to any chaos power. It's just a bit different, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, I love the unit fillers.
Yep.
The plumes on top of their, yeah, that is awesome, isn't it? Where's that one?
And the trebuchet, you know, obviously with the Roman team, that'd be the
Rock clubber.
hell cannon.
Oh, that's the hell cannon, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the hell
What an
cannon.
awesome idea. I think that's really, really good.
Yeah, it just looks different, doesn't it? I mean,
Definitely. And the paint job, you think, is good standard?
yeah, I mean, obviously, if you took a level of all the paint jobs here,
Yeah.
You know, it does vary quite a bit, but you know, we wanted to at least give some of the armies some credit for the effort that they put in.
Absolutely.
They might not be in the running for say the top 4, but you know, let them know that we like it.
Definitely. Okay, so we're moving down. This looks like an Empire army to me. Do we know whose army this is?
This one belongs to... No, he hasn't got his name on it.
All right. It's some Empire player.
Yeah, there's some good little details on it, like the demigryphs, where they're fighting marauders.
Yes, no, I did see these earlier. To stick stuff like that on the base, I think is an awesome idea.
Yeah.
It adds interest to the models too, but it also adds a story.
Yeah,
and I quite like that.
And there's some nice little detail there on the huntsmen fighting wolves, and I quite like these like little scenario units. I'm a big fan of that. I like to do it myself.
Of which one, sorry?
The kind of scenario units where they've got their, you know, they're kind of, sorry, not scenario, diorama units, where they've actually, like you say, they're telling a story, there's something going on.
Absolutely. I also really like the bases that he's put on here, because when I used to stick my volleyball guns and that, I never used to put my men on, just because I thought, oh, they'd get in the way. But actually, they've got a little place, they're on a base. I think it's really neat.
Don't they, with the rest of the army, because sometimes when you've got war machines that haven't got bases, it just makes the rest of the army look a bit scruffy. Yeah,
no, I absolutely agree. I think this is a really, really nice paint job, especially on that dude just there. I think it's really good. So, yeah, there you go. Awesome to focus. Cool. So we're moving down. Now, this is one of the American dudes. This is one of the point-hammered John, isn't it?
This is Johnny's army, yeah. Loads of detail on this army. Really good. Really nice hand-painted banners.
That's all hand-painted, is it?
Yeah, I really like the fact that where he's done the gore and the ungore, he's done different skin tones on them, whereas most people would just paint all their gore the same colour. But he's got about there's browns, blacks, and there's like the very pale skinned ones. So he's got
That's amazing.
A lot of variation in the skin tones.
That's brilliant. Those big centaur bull things, is that what they are? Bull centaurs?
He's been really clever with this actually, because if you look at the razor gores at the front, you can take those out.
Okay.
You can remove those. So what he's done is so that if he wanted to, he wasn't taking his chariots, he could remove the razor gores and he could have a separate unit of razor gores.
That's really clever.
So yeah,
really clever.
Multi-use, you know, multi-purpose army. Probably the best thing he's done. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff on this army, but probably the best thing is taking the warrior bodies and stuck the beastmen legs onto them, which, you know, I wouldn't imagine is too easy at all, and obviously the beastmen heads, so they look like an elite unit, which I think's...
What an amazing idea.
Yeah, it's great, really good work.
Good lad. I know, I really, really like that. And then I think we've got another Yank here. We've got his best buddy, Rog.
Yeah, Roger's army. This is caused quite a stir, this army. I mean, there's a lot of love for it. I mean, anyone that can hand roll that many tentacles for an army.
All those, all hand rolled.
I hate to think how many is actually on the army.
He said he's got a load left at home as well.
Right. He must have literally just spent. I think he did actually said he spent a few days just rolling green stuff out.
That's mad.
Ready for the army. So,
what do you think to these big fly beasts? Because in the White Dwarf, I didn't like the models at all, but in close up in person, I really like them. I actually think they're cool models.
They're lovely. I've just been building some myself, and I actually prefer them without the riders on.
Yeah.
Where he's done his, if you look at them, they've got the weapons. He's changed the hand, like the pincers at the front.
Okay.
He's changed, so they've got the weapons as themselves. I like that look. I think that looks really, really cool.
Awesome.
And he's used the same models to do the beasts and Nurgle. Obviously left.
These
just the body part with the tentacles.
Oh
It's clever. It's clever. And if you look at all of I think he's using these guys as plague bearers.
Okay.
These guys here. And if you look at the heads, he's re-sculpted around the heads. And put all the tentacles at the front.
A lot of time's gone into that.
They are bloodletters. Every single model's had its head redone. So,
that's amazing.
Really,
These
really
are his cannon things, are they, at the back?
Yep, that's 2 skull cannons, obviously
Awesome.
kept to the theme of the rest of the army, and I think this is a herald. But
all
the amount of tentacles on that guy's
It is amazing.
awesome.
Good lad. No, I absolutely love it. Cool, so we're moving down. Now, we've had a look at this army earlier. This is obviously Mr. Wren's army.
It's one of my favourites.
Absolutely, I think it's fantastic. The whole diorama issue that he's done with this, the models that he's interjected in is fantastic. I've done a whole video on this.
It's really it's quite special, this army, where he's done. There's a lot of things like with the buildings. So when you take the models of this demigriff unit, when you take models away, that building's cut.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you take this model, I don't want to move it too much, but when you take this model off, that building is cut right down there, so
Fantastic.
you can actually move it apart. And there's
Very
a lot
clever.
of detail within the units, like like this handgunner here shooting the zombie, and the way they're pointing in different directions as if they're waiting for something to attack them from the sides. The banners are really, really nice.
Love it.
This is. We had a bit of joke about this model because I did a model ages ago, which was a Bretonian, a Pegasus rider, and converted into a Bretonian guy that was lancing a giant through the head. And I made the model, but I never got round to painting it. And it's kind of like a take. It's a take on it, but obviously, Steve's done a great job here. He's actually painted it and done a brilliant job of it.
Awesome.
The marbling on the steam tank. You've got to be a good painter to do that.
Yeah.
And he's done a great job on it. I mean, even when I spoke to him about it yesterday, he was saying that it could be better. There's not many painters can do that.
No, I agree. I think it's beautiful. Now, this is an interesting one. There's lots of red here, but do you know what? I think it's nice shading.
Yeah, it's got that fire look to it, which it should
Yeah.
have. It's the whole.
I mean, even on the bases around here, I love all that. I think
I
it's
like the way
brilliant.
the red on the models mirrors, and the beards as well, or it mirrors the lava.
Didn't even see a beard. Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
it's kind of like you've got the same. It's almost like where they're highlighted at the bottom of the beard. It's almost like the lava, the glow of the lava that's on the bottom of the beard.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of lighting it up.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's right.
And obviously he's used the really old models for the. I can't remember what they're called. Chaos Dwarf players are going to be raging now because I forgot what they're called.
Las.
Yeah.
Awesome model here at the back as well. Nice, big and chunky.
Yeah.
I think it's great. And this, I love what's coming out of his
I'm
gob.
not sure which one he's using as the Kadai. I suppose it would matter.
That big one, I would imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, but, I mean that's got the same base size, but I suppose that's a Hell Cannon. That must be the Hell Cannon.
Yeah, I think so. Big willy thing poking out the ground. I do like this one. Cool. So we're moving around here.
Real old school army now. A lot of very, very old models that you just can't get anymore.
Ooh. Sorry, we're a bit out of focus,
These are
guys.
the original Chaos Dwarfs.
Really?
Yeah, they're 80s, early 80s.
Wow, old school, proper old school.
Yeah. And this is a really like a Chaos Dwarf war machine.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Little block of flats. Look at the detail in all the little men there.
If you look at the back of it, you've got like a Chaos Dwarf centaur kind of guy pushing it.
Oh, wow.
So I mean he's done. I don't think in the original model you had these guys inside, so he's obviously stacked the guys inside as well to give it more detail.
Like a little car park.
Great. And you got the old. I think that's the original Dragon Ogre model. That was the first one they ever did.
He's an
So
interesting.
yeah, it's a real kind of blast from the past. This army.
No, it's good. I apologise, guys, for my camera not focusing as much on the detail straight away, but it does get there eventually.
Originally in the 80s, there was 2 of these models. There was
Okay.
one of them was called a Whirlwind, but had like a spinning blade.
Yeah.
And then this one was called the Tenderizer, I think it was called.
Oh, nice.
So they were kind of these.
Cool.
I'm old enough to remember these models, but I think for a lot of the younger guys,
Grandad Wayne.
this will be the first time they've seen them.
I did notice this one earlier, and I think this is really, really good.
This is one of those armies because of the tone of it. You could almost walk past it and not really think too much of it. But when you look at it close up, when you look at the detail on the banners, I mean, if you can get a close up of the banners, they are really, really good.
And that's all hand painted, is
Yeah.
it? We're getting. Oh, that's beautiful. That is amazing. Oh, it's a face. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the eye and the obviously
Yeah,
the
that's
mouth.
amazing.
And you got a really cool disc guy with all the cogs and everything on it.
Yeah, I do like it.
There's some really, really nice weapons. I mean, this army I'm pretty sure it was there last year. I mean, it was
Oh, really?
last year as well.
Oh, good.
But it's got some great work. I mean, it's banner. Very,
Nice.
very nice.
Do we know whose army this is?
No.
No, okay.
People haven't left their names
Wait,
on the
no.
album. Hugh Allen.
Oh, this is Hugh's.
Yeah, Hugh Allen.
Big posh Hugh. We like that. No, that's cool. Okay. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pause this, and then we can have part 2.